Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening and good morning. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in fantastic spirits, because why? Another day above the dirt is always a blessing, my beautiful brothers and sisters. Okay? My beautiful brothers and sisters from all walks of life. Let's be real on that. I appreciate you guys all filing in, coming into this show. There is something that I wanted to show you guys really, really quick, because honestly, I didn't want this to slip away from me, slip from my fingers. And also, this is something that is starting to make its rounds, or was making its rounds last night. Couldn't do that to cover it last night. We had an exclusive interview last night that I thought was just as important. But after that, found out about this interview, and I was like, yo, we're going to see this. We got to watch this as a family, but I don't want to be on it 3 days later. So I was like, okay, we're going to hop on. We're going to check this out, and we're going to do it live. Okay? So do me a favor, guys, before we get into everything, okay? Thank you, Jeff. I hope you're doing good too, okay, out there in these streets. But hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms, please be sure to hit that follow button. I'm on everything from Facebook all the way to TikTok. Please be sure to go hit that follow button over there. Crush that subscribe button here on my main channel. Go over to my secondary channel. I do have a second channel. It's called The Pascal Show Clips. Please go over there. Crush that subscribe button over there as well. Okay? Crush it. Become a member over here. Hit that join button down below. All right? And secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. I just put out another video talking about some interesting bombshell stuff that just dropped last night. So please go check that out. Okay? It's on The Pascal Show Clips. Also subscribe. We're this close to 10,000 subscribers. Literally, we're like a hair away from 10,000 subscribers over there, which will be a huge milestone. So please be sure to subscribe over there, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show if you want to support even further. And of course, if you like clothes, you need some new stuff for the fall, go check out pascalmerch.com. Okay, we got some really great stuff over there. Okay, all right, guys, let's get into this. We got to get into this pretty quickly. All right, your boy is busy today, unfortunately, but hey, I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can throughout the day. Okay, so make sure you are subscribed to the second channel. Okay, and I may be live a little bit later on tonight or as well. It's just depending on schedules and all that stuff. But we are here to talk about the Diddler. Again, I know, but there's so much stuff going on. Like I said, I got another video that's going to be dropping here in a little bit on the second channel, talking about some other stuff that's just been dropping, some other eyewitnesses, people talking about these parties and all that. Like I said, it's absolutely crazy. Okay, there's been a lot of stuff that's just been crazy. All right, and so yeah. It's been absolutely crazy. But real quick left turn, really quick left turn, and then we coming back into the conversation. Keeping it low, keeping it on the low. Sorry. Are there bucket hats on your site? Yes, there are. They should still be on the site. So go check it out. Bucket hats are available on the site. Okay, back into our regularly scheduled program. Diddler. There's been a lot that's been percolating out here in these streets about the Diddler. More and more information is starting to come out. We just had a person come onto the show, Relentless Aaron. He came onto the show. He wrote a memoir called The Night Puff Tried to Kill Me, right? Huge story, okay? He came onto the show, and he straight up gave us a very wild story and scary as all hell about him basically in a high speed chase trying to get away, trying to find safety from this man right here and his cohorts. It's pretty crazy, guys, and very, very dangerous. And of course, he's alive to tell the story. And you saw in that interview, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go check it out because it was one hell of a conversation. And it's on the YouTube channel, so please go check it out. But you can see how emotional he got because he was like, "Wow, I really could have lost everything. I could have lost my life. I could have my future, what I live in, my present day may not have existed. I would not be able to write any of these books. I would not be able to do any of these things, right?" So he did give us a very descriptive breakdown of what he actually went through. And of course, explaining everything as far as the timeline leading up to that car chase in the streets of Manhattan in the middle of the night. It is pretty crazy. Nonetheless, a wild situation. And we were blessed to have him on the show and tell us his story. Of course, his book is still available. You could definitely go check it out. We talk about that, and there's a QR code, and that's also on the episode as well. So please take the time to go check that out if you can. But now we got something else that's going on. As soon as I get done with the show, and I'm sitting there going, okay, that was a great conversation, great show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you walked away with some information and more insight on possibly how two-sided, okay, how two-faced Diddy possibly really can be, smiling in your face, and then 2 seconds later, he's thinking about taking your life away, right? But as soon as I get done with that interview, I'm sitting there, getting ready to, to try to relax a little bit because it has been a crazy news cycle as of late with with Diddy and all that. I open up my phone and I find out that Jaguar Wright was on Piers Morgan last night, or it aired last night, and she had some things to say. Now, of course, what you see here is Jaguar Wright. You see DJ Vlad in the middle. He's a YouTuber. He does a lot of interviews with hip hop, a lot of hip hop artists, etc. Okay, comedians, etc. as well. But he's been on there, right? But he's been on it with covering a lot of things. Okay, so DJ Vlad, and then of course you have the lawyer. Ariel Mitchell Kidd, who is the lawyer representing the 13th victim. She is also the one that went on News Nation and dropped that bombshell saying, yeah, there is a tape depicting a high-profile celebrity, and it's being shopped around in these Hollywood streets right now as we speak. And in fact, this person who actually has possession of this video was trying to solicit her and her law firm's expertise, right? Their representation to help them actually sell this tape. It is not said in this interview. She said this in another interview on another channel, right? On another show. But it's interesting to hear the added information and the fact that this is a high-profile household name that you would know for a fact who it was as soon as you heard their name, right? In fact, she gave more details in this interview, and she said something about the person not being of age. Instantly, I heard that and I said, oh, I already got some names in my head instantly. I instantly already had names in my head, and I'm like, oh man, this is crazy, right? But I digress. We're here for Jaguar Wright, okay? And I think that this is very, very interesting nonetheless. There's a lot that she says in this interview, and we all know about Jaguar Wright, right? We all know, okay? She's been one of the biggest whistleblowers about this whole situation, about Diddy, for years. Now that he's been arrested, I'm sure she's feeling vindicated. I'm sure she's feeling a lot better about everything, right? Well, let's hear what she got to say. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to have to cut in and out for fair use type stuff. You know how it be. But she has some things to say. And then, of course, if we have time, I may play the rest of it with what DJ Vlad had to say about this. And, of course, what the lawyer Ariel Mitchell Kidd had to say about this situation as well. Because it's interesting. They have two drastically different opinions about what Jaguar Wright says in this interview. Okay, so let's take a listen to this, shall we? Don't forget to hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. All right, hit that like button, baby. And your boy's working, by the way. Okay, your boy's working on some things, so I might have some updates on some stuff coming around the bend here very, very soon. So stay tuned to this channel because we might be getting after it big time.
I'm going to start with you. You've been called a whistleblower. You knew Sean Diddy Combs for a long time. You attended a number of his infamous parties. And in 2022, you made headlines after comments where you called him a sex trafficker. And in response, you were called crazy and jealous. Do you feel vindicated by the events of the last few weeks?
No, not at all. Because he's just the beginning. Until him and his cohorts are all held to account publicly and legally, the victims, they're not safe.
How bad was it?
That's what I care about. I care about the victims.
No, I understand. How bad was it, do you think, what was going on?
I'm going to tell you right now that me, as a woman who has been in the industry for over 30 years, I've been performing live since I was 13. My first handler was McKinley Horton. I come to find out 25 years later that a scar that was on his face with a very elaborate story he gave me was put there by a woman who he assaulted. To live through these things and hear your elders in the business, people like Patti LaBelle say, just avoid him, honey. And being taught to be just avoid him, honey. It's not good enough. Not when you live through these things, you're still suffering the PTSD created by all of this, and you're talking to a victim that's 20 years younger than you, and she's telling you the exact same thing that happened to you.
So
I want to know.
I'm going to let her continue. I'm going to let her talk, but isn't it crazy that because a lot of what she's saying is exactly what we've been saying on this show, the concern of, and what's terrifying is that she's talking about being a survivor as well, that she's been attacked viciously as well in the industry and all that. And then 20 years later, you're finding out and hearing the same situation happening to another young woman. And they're like, and it just recently happening. Right. And then she's sitting there going like, dang, like I literally have I went through the same thing, but I figured that this would have stopped or this person would have been arrested at some point or whatever. Right. And then it is kind of interesting when you hear about other names, like she said, Patti LaBelle, right? Patti LaBelle just basically saying, just avoid him, baby. But then again, you got to remember during that time, at that time back then, it may have been just how it was. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm just saying maybe, those times back then are different from what the times are now. You see what I'm saying? And the other thing is too, I know a lot of people feel some type of way about her mental health, about Jaguar Wright's mental health, but who's to say the things that she's saying are actually true? Just because people have some sort of version or feel some type of way about how she presents things or her mental health does not automatically mean that she's off on what she's saying here, that what she's saying isn't valid. Okay. I mean, let me also say this too. All right. I did watch the Star Report. Okay. I watched the Star Report. Okay. I don't know if you know about the Star Report, but really great YouTube channel. He does a lot of shows, has a lot of people calling in, talking about a lot of things that are going on in the culture, a lot of things that are going on in the hip hop culture as well, so on and so forth. He talks about a lot of different things, but I have people calling in onto the show and all that stuff. And then, yeah, she called in on the show. She did not seem like she was 100% lucid in that phone call. Seemed like she was on one, not meaning on one like some sort of substance. It just seemed like she was on one, like just very angry, right? And very passionate about something. And it was towards Star, which was wild. And of course, then they go back and forth, and it's a crazy interaction. I mean, they go off on each other, literally. It's insane. It's insane. Lots of 4-letter words. Let's just say that. But just because she might have moments, right, of feeling some type of way does not mean that she's not telling the truth. It's the same thing when they looked at same thing when they look at Cat Williams, right? Oh yeah, he's just not right, so on and so forth. And it's like, well, he's been saying things for decades about this stuff. Decades. Okay? So for me, I'm like, hold on now. She might hold the key to all this stuff. She might know everything, but I still got questions about certain things. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Okay. So let's continue on. Okay.
Why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters.
Bruh.
And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Damn. I have to. Sorry, guys. First off, somebody in the chat was like, this is clickbait. There ain't gonna be no names dropped. Jay-Z ain't a name. Just saying. Okay. All right. Jay-Z ain't a name. She just dropped Jay-Z's name. Damn. When I first heard this last night, I was like, wait a second. What? I stopped what I was doing. I had to look at the phone. You serious? What? Jay-Z, we ain't even done yet. She ain't even done. She's just getting warmed up, baby. She's just getting warmed up. But she said for 4 years. For 4 years, I've been saying this stuff. Now, here's the thing. This could be going off the rails. Don't know. There is no proof, right? There is no proof so far about any Jay-Z. We got plenty of proof for Diddy. Feds got plenty of proof for Diddy. The world, court of public opinion, has seen the video of him attacking Cassie in that hotel. We all seen that. But as far as Jay-Z and other names that she drops, we don't have proof of that. We have to keep that abundantly clear and keep that 100. But at the same time, she just dropped Jay-Z's name. And she drops more.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been
Sorry, hold on. So she's saying that Jay-Z is the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. He's the fifth. Woo! He's the fifth, y'all. And he's the fifth finger that creates the fist, as she said in her metaphor. Wow. Okay. Let's continue. She says so much in here. Oh my word. What say you guys? Are you believing it, or how do you feel? You know what I mean? To me, I'm like, I mean, Jay-Z, oh boy, really? Is he is the fifth one for real? Is it really just a group of guys together? You know what I'm saying? Like working in unison together, and they're all just slowly getting caught? Is it a possibility that now this is when I'm wearing my tinfoil hat, but is it possible that the Eppies and the Whinies and the Auras and the Diddies and possibly the Jays all work together in unison? Something to think about. I'm just curious, you know?
Been obviously a lot of
Cruelty-free artistry.
Right. There's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music. And that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous. And everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job.
Okay. Sorry, well, you know, we got to break this down. Okay. But Lucian Grange has been mentioned in a lawsuit. I don't remember exactly which lawsuit it was. Maybe it was Lil Rod's lawsuit. But apparently they're saying that Lucian Grange and the Clive Davises of the world are the ones that are actually the sugar daddy. Now, the sugar daddy to Diddy. Okay, the ones that are funding this kind of stuff, helping him fund these kinds of parties, so on and so forth, the moving of people, if you will, the T word, you know, the rush houring. I haven't said that code word in a long time, but the rush houring of people and whatnot, right? All those things apparently are funded through, allegedly, Lucian Grange, Clive Davis, and maybe some other higher ups with very, very deep pockets. Now, we heard Lucian Grange's name through when Kanye West made a statement on Drink Champs a long time ago, right? He was talking wild, and he said a couple things. Not only did he say Lucian Grange's name, okay, but he also said that that Sean Diddy Combs is actually an informant for the feds. Now, if any of that stuff is actually true, we don't know. I don't know. But if it is true, then it would make you wonder, is this the reason why Diddy was able to fly under the radar like he did for as long as he did? Because you got to remember, he's been breaking laws after laws after laws after laws after laws for 30 years, and he still hasn't been caught not once. That doesn't make any sense now, does it? Now, there's another thing I do want to bring up, and it's on my second channel. I just posted it before I came up here on this show, okay? And it has to do with a possible police cover-up. Yeah, that maybe law enforcement is deep in Sean Diddy Combs' pockets. So much that he's been able to get away with certain things because he keeps them on a payroll. And I'm telling you right now, it's not a crazy conspiracy theory. These are facts. What you're going to see in this video on the second channel, the Pascal Show clips, go over there, check it out for yourself. And you're going to see for yourself, wait a second, how can they not get certain things that are supposed to be under FOIA? I'm not going to say anything more. Go check out the video when you get a chance after this. Clearly, there's some sort of cover-up, and there could be a cover-up that's been going on for decades. And that's not a tinfoil hat thing. That's facts. Now, with what she's saying here, the Lucian Grange, the Clive Davises, all that stuff, how there's a five, okay, a group of five that are involved in this whole thing. Maybe there's more. I don't know about all that. This is what she's saying right now, okay? But it still sparks a lot of questions and definitely makes me, side-eye the situation even more, right? So let's continue on, all right? Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe. We're almost at 150,000 subscribers here, guys, which I do appreciate. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. Please and thank you. We are inching towards it. It's amazing. Let's rock and roll.
He's the Judas.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people?
He has no choice. His ego and his drug addiction won't allow him to do anything different.
So I am wondering if he's going to squawk. That's one thing I am actually curious about. Is he going to squawk? Is he going to come out and just be like, blow? He's a part of it. He's a part. He ain't. Yeah, he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering. She is too. I'm very curious.
Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. The simple fact that he's not saying more now only means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the Black community, still find value in him. He's got everybody on tape.
It's crazy.
They all know it.
That's crazy, guys.
For those who were never at these freak-off parties, what were they like?
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal.
Okay. Is this when we say pineapples? No, because it's the safety word. That didn't land very well. I'm going to continue though. Sorry. Aardvark. Better? No? Okay.
That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz.
Now, hold on real quick, okay? Because some people might be like, the hell? Did she just go off the rails for a second there? Okay, so if you haven't seen Blink Twice, which I recommend you go watch it. I thought it was really good. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. There's some things that didn't add up very well in the movie, in my personal opinion, but I thought it was actually damned good. Now, one thing I do want to say, okay, because in that movie, well, I don't want to ruin the movie. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of elements in that movie that give me Diddy vibes for sure. Okay, for lack of a better term, and it's wild. If you watch Blink Twice and then you look at this whole Diddy situation, you're like, oh my Lord. And of course, this is something that's written by Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Okay, Zoe Kravitz. She's been in the system, been in the game, been in the system, been in Hollywood for a long time. Like I said, it's crazy how alike this thing is. And I definitely say you go and check it out for show, because I thought it was actually very, very good. Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean pineapple because I swing. I didn't mean like that. Okay. I was just saying pineapple's like, code word for like safety, like stop. You know what I'm saying? That's why I changed an aardvark. Damn, y'all in the gutter. Okay. But but seriously, crazy, right? Crazy. But she just said that randomly. And then of course the lighter is a big piece of that, is a big piece to the movie, just so you guys know. I thought it was a very good movie. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. Okay? Definitely worth the watch.
The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes.
Say what? No. Wait. Okay, so she got her own tapes, bro. Okay, she got her own tapes. Say that. Wait, what? So she has S workers that have been there, and they were wearing hidden cameras. Where were they putting these hidden? I don't want to know where they put the hidden cameras. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to know, because you're out here just buck naked, you in your birthday suit. So it's not like you're gonna have like, you know what I'm saying? So where are you hiding this? Never. I am kind of curious, but I'm not kind of curious. Like, where would you hide a hidden camera? You know what I mean? Like, where are you hiding it? But then at the same time, I don't want to know. But then I kind of want to know. But then I don't want to know. But I kind of want to know. But here's the thing. She's saying now she has hidden camera footage, and she got her own tapes. She got her own tapes, y'all. Okay? Pineapple juice. What?
I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways.
Come on.
It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of, this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
Now, the NDA thing I can see for sure. 110%. For a fact, a lot of these people are like, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about it because I signed an NDA. But that does not hold up in court if you are witness to a freaking crime. We learned this a couple years ago, remember? We talked about this. Oh, if you sign an NDA, I can't talk about the crime. I can't talk about it. I saw him, unalive somebody right in my face, but I signed an NDA. I can't talk about it. It's like, no. If it has to do with a crime, if you saw somebody committing a crime, that NDA goes out the window. It goes bye-bye. Okay? It doesn't matter anymore. But at the same time, not everybody's savvy. Not everybody's savvy to that. But then on top of that, you got to remember, if there are hidden cameras capturing every single thing that you do, okay? That is blackmail right there. So all these people who have signed that NDA and they're like, oh, I just saw Diddy and another person do this thing and I can't believe it. And oh my God, but I can't say anything because the NDA, and then somebody says, no, you can say it because you saw him, you witnessed a crime. That person could automatically go, but I can't say anything because I was in the room too and I'm on that video and I'm doing a mound of yayo in the video. And I teach kids how to read on TV. I'm just saying. Think about that for a second. These people running around. I can't. I can't. I mean, shoot, I'm mainlining in the corner. And I'm caught on tape, he says, doing this. And I'm on a family sitcom. I have a huge contract with Marvel. I can't be caught doing that. So next thing you know, bupkis. Silence. But I got some questions for her, though, too. Let's continue.
It seems to have been something that a lot of people knew about, but people were simply too
Everyone
scared
knows.
to talk about.
Everyone knows.
Mm.
And every person that's sitting there trying to act surprised knows very well. The whole point of this, like Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. See, people keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making ditties.
No doubt. I agree about the no ditties. Stop making these doggone ditties because they do exist. And you know for a fact there's another one right behind him, learning the way of the samurai, this disturbing, disgusting samurai, and trying to do exactly the same thing except their own version of a freak off. That's true. I believe that for sure. But the only pushback I have for Jaguar, and I'm saying this respectfully, okay? With all due respect, if you do have this footage, if you have the tapes, you've seen it, and it is horrifying, I'm sure. If you haven't turned them into the feds, please do so. Because that's the thing. I would hate for you to sit there and harbor all this content depicting crimes being done against people and it not being given out to the powers that be, to the law, to law enforcement to take down him and whoever else was involved in those horrifying things. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, okay, if you have that footage and you haven't given it to the feds or anyone else, any other acronym of law enforcement, why haven't you? And if you haven't, think about that question. But also, I say, please, 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 oh God, please send it in. Now's the time, more than ever. Okay, but it shouldn't hold you from putting that stuff out there and exposing. I'm not saying don't put it out to the public. I don't need to see it. I really don't need to. I don't want to see it. Okay, but I know the feds would really like to have it, right? The people that are trying to take him down. So please, if you had people in there wearing those, hidden cameras, and God knows where they were hiding those cameras, please, by all means, share it with the powers, with the law enforcement and the powers that be, so we can take every single mother lover down. Let's continue.
And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further, the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically. And Clyde Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that, nor is Jay-Z. But a lot of people, famous people in the music industry, have been notable, like I say, by their silence so far. It's also been notable that since the Me Too campaign began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Since Me Too began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same kind of scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
Okay, hold on. We got why? Okay, I do have questions about that because that is a little bit, like, yes, that's true. The Me Too movement was spawned from one particular person, one main person that was speaking out. And then, of course, it got kind of taken up by a bunch of other celebrities. And then it turned into the Me Too movement, for sure. But Jay-Z being the one to ignite this fire and from the sidelines, I don't know. It just seems a bit, I don't know. It seems a bit of a stretch, but at the same time, I'm not on the inside. I'm just I'm on the sidelines, just watching from the sidelines. But then at the same time, I'm wondering, I would want to hear more proof, right? Like I'd want to hear more proof revolving around that for sure. But let's continue.
Me Too movement were real. Why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
You know what? I'm going to do this. I agree 110% with what she's saying right there. Where the hell is everybody? What happened with all the people? Like the Me Too movement, etc. Where are they at? Real talk, think about it. She's got a point. She's got a point. Everybody's really silent right now. And you wonder why. I mean, I would say the same thing with Hollywood as well. All the elites, Hollywood elites, all that stuff. Aside from them saying, oh, yeah, I have not, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't party like that anymore. My life has changed. Leonardo DiCaprio. Aside from somebody like that just being real quick to sit there and say something fast, where's everybody else? We haven't heard anything from anybody.
Jaguar,
guess they're on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself.
Real quick, there's been over 3,200 people that called into the hotline a few days ago before the press conference that Tony Busby had. Over 3,200 individuals called into the hotline, all pertaining to the diddler. Just want to bring that up really quick. So the fact that we have only 133 right now, victims speaking out, either coming out with the, publicly or hiding behind the Jane Doe or John Doe name, there are many individuals that are still calling in to this day, claiming things about this man doing things to them. Thousands. So she's not wrong. We could hear about 1,000 people come out.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will.
Oh my God.
Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane.
Woo! Hold on, I'm sorry. Say what? She just brought in the first you don't succeed. She just brought in Aaliyah. Oh my damn. Oh boy. Woo! Okay, hold on. I gotta roll that back just a tiny. I'm gonna try to roll it back a little bit because she just dropped bars. First off, because we can't forget the fact that she just threw the bay. Okay, I rolled it back, Big Dirty. I rolled it back so she could say everything she needs to say uninterrupted. But one thing, she just talked about Queen Bey. She threw in Jay-Z. So she's saying those two are even more diabolical. Talking about throwing people onto planes and such and such. I'll just let her talk her talk. Oh my God. Let me just roll that back a little bit. I will not interrupt it. Let her drop these bars.
Unconscious. There's a lot of things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes.
I'm rolling it back even further, y'all.
Right now.
There we go.
Who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
Wow.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know.
Okay, hold on. Let's just let that marinate. Okay, all the way down to the plums real quick. Wow. First off, wow. Wow. Second off, wow. Who said this was clickbait? Okay? Who said this was clickbait? She dropping names like a mug. Just one after the other, oh my Lord. This is some crazy hamburger. And she even brought in Aaliyah. You know, there's always been theories and speculations about Aaliyah's passing and everything, but still, that is kind of curious about Aaliyah. There are rumors about Jay-Z and the aura and Aaliyah and all that stuff. It is a very curious situation. I will say that, but let's continue.
I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
Yes.
a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy, and everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
Jaguar, I've got to leave it there. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much.
She had a lot to say. Okay. But damn. Right? Diggity damn. Okay. So yeah, air tagging. That's a new one for me too. That kind of threw me off as well. Okay. But she's putting out information. Remember, we had when we were live yesterday afternoon, we talked about when we had a friend of the show, Danny on the show, right? We talked about, you know, there could be so many kids, so many individuals that have just gone missing that could have been invited to these parties, been a part of these parties, so on and so forth. We watched a video a couple nights ago where a woman was live and saying that she was one of the people that was rush houred, right, to one of these parties, that she was put on display and then used at their disposal, at these celebrities' disposal. She goes into crazy and unthinkable, disturbing details about all this stuff, okay? It's wild, nonetheless. So I'm not surprised about these, I'm not surprised about this kind of information. I'm not sitting here saying that I believe all of the information. I have questions on on a good portion of the things that she's saying, but I am kind of curious on how much of this is absolutely true. I don't think she's completely wrong. There may be some theories, things that have not been backed by proof, that are just theories that may not be accurate. But then there could be things that she has, right, that are very accurate. But I am quite curious about the footage. I will say that. I am quite curious about this hidden camera footage that she says that she actually has possession of. I want to see that proof. But most importantly, if you have that proof and you haven't given it to the feds, give it to the feds. Please. As soon as possible. That's what I would say. Please and thank you. Okay? Because we don't need to see the proof. Let the feds present that proof, right? They're the ones burying this man, right? But if she is the gatekeeper to some serious stuff, bang, I hope she speaks out, or I hope she releases that information to the right people. Okay? But Sweet Caroline, thank you so much for being a member for the past 7 months. Great show last night. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And for those of y'all who haven't seen it yet, please go over and check out my interview with Relentless Aaron. He talked about a crazy night where he was running for his life, or driving for his life, trying to escape the deadly clutches of Diddy back in the early 90s. It was absolutely crazy. And like I said, I'm working on some other conversations. Hopefully some of these things will get solid, will get locked in, and we got some, hopefully, more guests coming onto the show surrounding this whole Diddler situation. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple days. Hopefully we're going to have some bombshell conversations here in the near future. Vintage, thank you so much. Pascal, did you see the article about private prisons and how it ties in? It's wild. I have it if you want to take a look. Yeah, send it my way. I'll definitely take a look after this show for sure. Because like I said, this is a shorter show than usual, unfortunately. Googled y'all. Okay. Hidden cameras, tongue. Oh, okay. Tongue, nose pierce scams. Wow. Earrings and cross necklaces, ones too. Wow. That's crazy. Yo, thank you, Vintage. I didn't know it was that on point. So somebody could have had a nose piercing or a piercing of some sort and wearing that. Wow. Like a hidden camera. So that is possible without having any clothing on. Okay. Because I was like, how do you do that walking around in your birthday suit, right? Melanin Queen, what's up? Aaliyah was definitely afraid of flying. Yeah, I understand that pain. So they gave her pills, or they gave her substances to make her go to sleep. Waited till she fell asleep, then carried her on. Moments later, she's gone. It's all tied to Jay-Z and Bey and their position in the industry. Wow. That's interesting. Nuber, thank you so much for the love. Whenever you get to the time of this busy news week, please check out Orlando Brown speaking out. And Ray J just tried to get Jag to meet up with him. Oh, he seems scared to me. Let me just say this. something about Ray J getting all up in this all in these videos and stuff. It's almost as if it seems like he's coming off like he's trying to be on the light side of the force, right? He's not trying to be on the dark, evil side of the force. He's like, no. Let me help you out. Let me help you. Cuomo, I got you, bruh. I got you, right? It seems it's questionable, suspicious on why he's so all up in the videos, being the talking head. Also, the way he speaks is so diplomatic, or it's word salad. Even when Brian Ensign asked him, so do you think other people are going to catch any charges? Well, see, what had happened was the sky was blue and the grass was green, and I felt the solid concrete on the bottom of my feet when I walked around the place. So, yeah, no, we just have to worry about what's going on in the world and learn from these mistakes and this travesty. Did you answer the question? No, he did not. But he's all up in these videos. He's getting interviewed. He's willing to get out here. So I'm thinking that maybe by putting himself out there in that way, exposing himself, is his way of trying to distance himself from the situation. And then also the way he's talking is almost like he doesn't want to get himself in trouble with the industry as well. Haven't you noticed that? So he'll try everything he can to sound like this weird word salad diplomatic BS that he's saying. He'll say whatever he can because he doesn't want the powers that be that still probably put money in his pocket, that are probably a part of this situation, put a hit out on him too. Just saying. But it is interesting. Yes, I did see Orlando's video, or all of his videos. I've seen a lot of them. The smoosh mash. He gave me the smoosh mash, like all that stuff. I've seen it all. Okay. But that's interesting that Ray J's trying to meet up with Jag. Well, like, what are you gonna do? If that's true, what's the reason? What's the reason, though? Why do you need to have a meeting with Jag? And I would say to Jag, you better protect yourself at all costs. That's what I would say. Protect yourself at all costs. All right. Jacqueline, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate the super sticker. Caprice, thank you so much. Kim K and Ray J, don't forget the sneaky trail. Don't forget the sneaky trail. Don't forget the sneaky trail. I don't know what that means, Caprice. But thank you so much for the comment. Maybe expand a little bit on there. Okay. Now, Leah, I would love to have Jaguar on this show. Are you kidding me? I would love to have her on the show because I have a lot of questions for her. Real talk. I would love to have her on the show. Oh, my Lord. That'd be amazing. Maybe that can happen one day. Maybe one day. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I can't speak for her, but it would be great to have her on. Now, I do want to play just like 3 seconds, okay? Because I'm going to have to hop off here and wrap up the show here very shortly. But Vlad TV, or DJ Vlad, I'm sorry. DJ Vlad had some things to say about her, about what Jaguar Wright said after she was done doing her interview. He went straight after, like, Piers Morgan did that interview with Jaguar and then went straight over to DJ Vlad, okay? And he had some things to say. So I want to play that really quick, okay? Let's take a look at this. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Crush it. All right, where we at? Where we at with the likes? Let's get it to, come on, you guys can get it to 1K. In fact, let's get it to 1.2K. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. Okay, a like don't cost a thing, but it helps the channel. All right, playing a few seconds of this, guys, but take a listen.
See, since we last spoke, there have now been these charges against Diddy, which are incredibly serious. You didn't think at the time we last spoke that he was likely to face these charges. Are you surprised it's come to this?
I'm not surprised because I feel that law enforcement in general is reactionary. I think that when you look at high-profile individuals, their arrests, indictments usually come after a documentary, a big TV show, or in Diddy's case, there was this huge lawsuit that Cassie filed that everyone got to see all the details and all the attention that came to it. So yeah, it wasn't a surprise that it actually happened because you've seen this happen over and over again. R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, all the attention that they got, and then now Diddy. So yeah, I mean, this is ultimately the world that we live in. But he'll have his day in court. And, you know, his lawyer said that he's not going to take a plea deal, because I think a plea deal at this point is probably going to be very heavy-handed, probably 20 years plus. So it makes sense for him to go to court. But we'll ultimately see what happens, you know, because we haven't really seen, apart from some of the funny stuff of, oh, there's 1 million bottles of lube that they found there. I'm sorry, 1,000 bottles of lube and so forth. We have yet to really see what the evidence is. And I think once we see the actual evidence, then people will actually formulate an opinion on what's happening right now.
Do you think there's a
Now, here's the thing, you know, with DJ Vlad, I get it. Like, you know, he's on the side, I think, where he's erring on the side of like innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But I also think that there is enough evidence out here for the court of public opinion to make their opinion. Let's not forget. Okay. There is that smoking gun evidence of Cassie trying to run away in that hotel. Diddy attacks her viciously. Now, I get it that just because he does that, which is terrible, does not automatically mean he's actually conducting any type of freak-offs at that hotel or ever anywhere. But there have been so many people speaking out, stepping forward, all these lawsuits and everything. It just seems a bit wild. Let's not forget, too, sure, law enforcement may be reactionary right now, because that's just how the world that we live in works. But you got to remember, the feds would not do a live press conference dropping nothing but bombshell after bombshell, evidence after evidence after evidence, showing proof of RICO, of the rush houring, all these things that he's being alleged of doing. The feds would make sure every single T is crossed, every lowercase J is dotted before they would ever do some sort of public display of quartering this man in the town square, which is exactly what happened, right? And what is still happening in these social media streets. So that's the only pushback I have as far as that goes, right? You know, that, oh yeah, you know, this may not be entirely 100%, so on and so forth. Well, sure, maybe 120 of those people aren't really telling the truth. That is possible. That is very possible here. But there still is a good portion of people that have gone through hell, went through hell and back with this man. And they all filed reports. Let's not forget, the one video I have on the second channel right now that I just put out, literally, reports were made. And now police are refusing to release those reports. What's up with that? 120 individuals out of the 120, more than half of them wrote police reports about being attacked, about what happened to them. And what happened there? Nothing happened. Police did not do their due diligence, did not do what they're supposed to do. It's a bit odd, don't you think? A bit suspicious, don't you think? But I get it. You know, there's still people that are going to err on the side of, okay, sure, it looks really, really bad, but did he really do this? Did he do all of what's being claimed? Sure, we see the footage of him attacking Cassie, but did he really do all this other stuff? Did he really do all this stuff from to a kid that's 9 years old up to God knows how old? Is that true? Yeah, I get it. Very, very true. Okay, in the judicial system, it is innocent till proven guilty, but not in the court of public opinion. He has already been courted. He has already been executed. It's already been done. But now a group of people need to come together and make the decision whether or not he is fully guilty. If he's found not guilty and he comes out, he's just going to be looked at as a pariah. He will live out his days in his glass house, whatever he can afford, and he will basically perish. He will disappear out from the public eye. People aren't going to want to make music with him. People aren't going to want to be associated with him. He will literally be ostracized because of all that has been exposed about Diddy. But I'm telling you right now, this man is not going to walk out a free man. He will be locked up for years. And if he's lucky enough, it'll be a short amount of years, and then he'll be able to come out when he's old and gray. But that's about it. So think about that. Think about that. And it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I understand. We all have our opinions, and we all have to sit here and err on the side of caution, which we definitely do. We definitely need to err on the side of caution. But at the same time, the feds got his ass, guys. The feds got his ass. Caprice. Okay. Kardashians are mixed up with this Mama Jenner, Corey, running money through that church. I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation about Kris Jenner and Corey, Corey Gaines? Corey something. I forgot his name. Her boyfriend. So that is very, very interesting as well. Thank you so much for that reminder. I got to look. Like I said, it's so big. There's so much going on. Oh my God. And I'm just like, I'm in the thick of it. I'm not at the beginning. Like Corey Gamble. Thank you. I knew it started with a G. Thank you so much, Kim Princess. I appreciate it. Tired as a Mother. Thank you so much. 1988 Nickelodeon and Universal merged, just saying. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Thank you for that knowledge as well. That is interesting, actually. Interesting. But still, okay. Still, guys. All right. All of this is absolutely crazy. Okay. What say you on what Jaguar Wright said? Or Jaguar, what do you think as far as what she had to say? Because like I said, it's very interesting. And like I said, I don't think she's entirely off. I don't think she's entirely wrong. And I think only time will tell. But like I said before, if you got that footage, send it to the doggone law enforcement immediately. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I want to say a big thank you to all y'all for being here. Big shout out to all my mods for holding it down. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Make it do what it do. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. Make sure you follow me on all my platforms. I'm on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Hit that follow button over there, okay? Make sure you go to my secondary channel. Subscribe to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button over there. I got some more videos coming out over there, but I got one right now that is very interesting about some sort of police cover-up. I'm very curious in regards to this Diddy situation. So please be sure to crush that subscribe button over there. We're almost at 10K. Subscribe here, though, too. Don't forget to do that. Subscribe to my main channel. Hit the notification bell for both of them so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it is random daily. Okay? So do that for me. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Join the family. And the family is growing so beautifully. If you want to support even further, go check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. And, of course, check out my merch. I got some great merch. PascalMerch.com. Go check it out. I'm sure you'll find something you'll love or something for your loved ones that I'm sure that they'll love. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your afternoon. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.